Good morning. Today is March 1st, 2021. So it's March 1st, 2021. There's a lot going on. So today, I saw a story that came across my phone yesterday about T.I. Rapper T.I.'s in trouble. Or there are some accusations against T.I., which may or may not be true, by multiple women accusing him of sexual assault, drugging him, accusing him and his wife of sexual assault, and let me find the story because I posted it on my Facebook page. But you got all these people accusing him, making accusations that he is guilty or possibly they're accusing him of sexual assault in multiple states. Rapper T.I. and his wife Tiny Harris is accused of sexual assault in multiple states. So several women claim that Atlanta rapper T.I. and his wife Tamika Harris sexually assaulted them. An attorney who is asking for criminal investigation in at least through two states. An attorney who's asking for criminal investigations in at least two states says that over 30 women have accused Atlanta rapper T.I. and his wife, Tamika Tiny Harris, of abuse, including claims of forced drugging, kidnapping, rape, and intimidation. 30 women. That's a lot of women. So we have to give T.I. We don't know if this stuff is true or not. But did we learn anything from Bill Cosby? Did we learn anything from Darren Sharper or R. Kelly or any of these other men who've gone to prison, who have been charged and convicted of sexual assault against multiple women? There's something very bizarre that this many men would risk their livelihoods to drug and sexually assault women. What are they getting out of it? I mean, what is the point of having sex with a lifeless body that's been drugged up and they're laying there in a coma? What kind of joy would you get out of having sex with somebody who's not even a willing participant? Is it just the thrill of raping somebody or assaulting someone? And 30 women have come forward. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know what's going on here. Could 30 women be lying on T.I. and his wife? Are these vindictive? Is this stuff truthful? Is this a bunch of lies? Is this dishonest? Well, what's going on? Who's this attorney? If you have that many women claiming they've been assaulted in this manner over whatever period of time, that's a lot of women. And T.I. might be in a world of trouble. You know, I like T.I., so I would hope that this is not true. I'm hoping that this is not, that it's false and that is incorrect and just, you know. But the thing that concerns me, being a black man and being around men all my life, both gay and straight, they love sex. Love it. And I've seen men do some despicable things to get sex in manners that are, I would consider, abusive. Now, I don't know T.I. I've met him a few times here and there. But what I would say, I've witnessed men in my presence, in my people, in my inner circle that I knew and used to hang with and knew and all this stuff, and they would make comments. Now, I remember that when that date rape drug first came out, people were looking for that drug, and I didn't know what it was. It wasn't until I learned later on what that drug was used for, was to drug men or women or whoever they were interested, whoever they wanted to. And many, many years ago, I met a friend out of the club. And by the time I got to the club, I got there a little bit later, he had met some guy. And the guy had gave him some drinks. So all of a sudden, my friend who I was meeting at the club was out of it. I mean, he was totally out of it. And I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? And the guy that had met at the club, and this was a friend of mine, I knew both of them. So here's the funny part. I knew both the guys. The guy, I knew them rather well. But the guy that he was coming to meet, I knew him. The guy that my friend who was now drugged up, he had some drinks and he just. But anyway, the guy who I knew that was in town visiting said, "Oh, I'll take him home." And I remember sitting there thinking, okay, something's not right here. I mean, something's not right. This man is falling all over the place. I've never seen him acting in this manner. And something just clicked in my head and said, something's not right about this. I'm going to take him home. Because something's not right. He's like, oh, no, I can take. I said, no, let me take him home because something's wrong here. And at this point, my friend started to throw up. And I was thinking, well, what did he not do? But something in my head, in my intuition was saying something's not right about this. And this is about the time I was just starting to hear about GHB or this date rape drug and all that. It was starting to just make news. CeeLo had gotten into some trouble. I don't know if you guys know the singer CeeLo. He had an incident where something happened. I don't know the details. I can't remember the details of it. Something took place with CeeLo, and CeeLo was facing something happened. I remember it was all about the time. So I don't put it past. Sex is a powerful drug, or a powerful act. And when people want it, they will do some very crazy things. I've seen this as a man, being around men all my life. I've seen some crazy shit that guys will do for pussy, dick, or whatever they're attracted to. So I just sit back and watch. And I would always be like, wow, what is going on here? But the main problem I'm beginning to see that I didn't understand 20 years ago, that I understand in 2021, sexual addiction. I didn't know what it was 20, 30 years ago. I know what it is today. And I've seen these guys, so many guys I know are sex addicts. And they have they deal with it in ways that are frightening. If you ever met or know somebody who's a sex addict, I'm sure y'all might know a few of them. I know a few. They gotta have it by any means necessary, even if it means drugging, raping, and assaulting the person that they want to have sex with. I never forget, even if it's a family member. I've had friends who've been arrested for sexually assaulting family members, their nieces and nephews. Sexual assault can happen in the gay and straight. It does happen in the gay and straight community. So it happens everywhere. That's why I always tell people, be careful when you go places. And especially if you go into somebody's home or hotel room or wherever, and you're by yourself. Because I had a friend many years ago who I thought was a up and up guy. And he was arrested for drugging and sexually assaulting women. I would have never thought he was doing that. He was arrested and charged and went to prison for this. And this was, just had to be about late 90s. He was sexually assaulting women, drugging them up and raping them. He was arrested here in Atlanta. He would lure them to a hotel, and the women would wake up the next day and he'd be gone, and they don't remember. I remember all this stuff taking place. It was a nice brother. He also renovated houses back then. Had money, nice looking guy too, very nice looking. But this is the part that's interesting to me, because I don't know if y'all remember Darren Sharper, how attractive he was. What did Darren Sharper? This is the guy that is in prison serving all this time for rape. Darren Sharper. Yeah, Darren Sharper was a very nice looking brother. He was born in 1975, so he's just a little bit younger than me. And if I'm correct, he's serving an 18-year federal sentence for sexual assault. That's Sorry, I hit the wrong button. So Darren Sharper is serving. Darren Sharper is serving an 18-year prison sentence in federal prison for sexual assault. He's been trying to reduce his sentence. I guess he's going up for an appeal. His sentencing judge, he had involved as many as 16 victims in 4 different states. Sharper, a defensive back who's part of the Saints team that won the 2010 Super Bowl superstar football player, retired from the league in 2011. He was working as an NFL Network analyst when women in several cities began telling police they had been blacked out while drinking with him and woke up groggy to discover they had been sexually assaulted. After he was arrested and jailed in Los Angeles in 2014, he initially fought the charges as allegations and criminal charges mounted. A global plea deal involving the federal court in New Orleans and state courts in Louisiana, Arizona, California, and Nevada was announced. The deal was expected to result in Sharper spending about 9 years in prison. But U.S. District Judge Jane Tricky Malazzo rejected the sentence as too light. So he had a plea deal. He was going to get 9 years in prison. And this was in 2014. So we're in 2021. So that, I think he probably been finishing up that 9 years in prison. She said, "Oh no, nigga, you getting some more. You gonna serve no, nigga, you gonna serve more than that." So she gave Rich Sharper the option of withdrawing his plea, and so he decided to maintain the plea, and she sentenced him to 18 years and 4 months in 2016. So he's trying to get the plea pulled back, and I'm sure he can get resentenced. I guess, I don't know. You have to wonder. You have a man who's a very wealthy individual. I mean, he was wealthy, wealthy just like Bill Cosby was wealthy. A lot of them, we know white folks do it too. There have been quite a few white film producers and other executives who've also been jailed with this type of stuff, using their wealth and fame to assault women. Here's the crazy part. Most of these guys don't realize the women would have just gave it up any damn way. You didn't have to drug them. They would have go that. They gave you the pussy for free. And you'd be sitting at home on your couch. But that goes back to these guys wanting to sexually assault and rape. Maybe it's the thrill of rape. The thrill of assaulting a vulnerable woman or man. You know, I've heard stories over the years of a lot of my friends in their 20s and 30s being drugged, going to someone's home, getting drugged, sexually assaulted, and ended up HIV positive. Years ago, when people tell me stories, I kind of look at them kind of wide-eyed, like somebody's raped, drugged, and sexually assaulted you. But now, as I've matured and become to realize that this happens far more frequently than what I was willing to accept, to men and women. I mean, that's the thing you have to understand. It can happen to anyone. That's why you won't catch me in nobody's home or apartment or, I'm a homebody. People like, "Walter, you made your place look really nice." Because I like being here. I don't go to other people's places. It's very rare I go to someone else's home. And if I do to go to somebody else's house, I'm bringing my own drink. I just don't trust people. But I like the comfort of being in my own house. I hang around a lot of people. Because I don't trust people. I've seen, over the years, I pay very close attention to my surroundings, to my friends and people I've met, and I listen. Now, I may not necessarily have believed all these guys that said they were getting sexually drugged and sexually assaulted. Some of them I was kind of like, some about their stories weren't right. But I gave them the benefit of the doubt because clearly they're telling you something if somebody is telling you that they've been sexually assaulted and raped, and it's especially a man, I've come to grips to believe there's a lot of truth in it, because that's something very complicated for anyone to that story, to share that story. Because sometimes the victim becomes victimized by people because they do share that story. Y'all forget my phone. I need to put this thing on mute. I don't know what's going on today. I woke up late today and I'm paying the price for it. The phone has just been exploding all day. And I wanted to get a video in. Last night I was in bed, sleep. I have not been taking my sleeping pills. And I needed to get my doctor to renew the prescription, and she has not renewed my doctor's appointment tomorrow, so she renewed it. Because I ain't been there in months. She ain't seen you in months. And I said, yeah, because of the coronavirus pandemic. Y'all told us they specifically told us to renew our prescriptions through the pharmacy, asking renewal, which is what I was doing. Then they just stopped. I said, well, what happened? They said, we need you to come in, and you ain't been seen you in months. I said, I would have gladly came in if I had known that y'all told us not to call because of the coronavirus. So now anybody got an appointment tomorrow. So anybody hasn't been able to really sleep. But last night, it was a storm that blew through here. Boy, I was there. I finally fell asleep. And then the house started shaking. And I said, yo, shit, what the fuck is that? And I heard all this noise. So literally, the wind was shaking. I could feel the vibration of the wind. And I said, something's not right here. I thought it was a tornado going on because yesterday the weather was pretty warm. Yesterday, I thought we had a fucking tornado going on. I jumped out that bed and I looked around. I was like, oh shit. I said, I was looking for my wallet and my keys and my shoes so I could run out in the basement. So I went downstairs, I turned on the TV and I looked outside and I saw the wind and the rain and everything. I said, oh shit, what is going on? And the storm was passing through right as when I woke up. Literally, the news was on, and they were discussing the storm. I know I'm off topic now, but what is this? Damn! Why is this computer? I need to do something here. But anyway, the storm was coming through, and I thought, oh my goodness, it scared me. I know this damn messenger app. I need to delete this mess. I don't know how it even got on this fucking computer. But anyway, right, delete that. That storm came through here last night, scared the crap out of my ass. I thought, but then this morning I saw this man was killed when a tree fell on his car. I woke up about 5 something, and a tree fell on his car about 6 o'clock this morning. He was going to work, and he killed him. But it was bad. I don't know if anybody was here in Atlanta and felt it, the storm, but for this townhouse to be vibrating, and I could feel the wind blowing, and I said, something's not right. And I thought it was a tornado. We do get inner city. We do get tornadoes in the inner city now. You know, when neighborhoods going through gentrification now, them tornadoes do be seeking out them white folks in the inner city. There used to be hood rat neighborhoods with a bunch of poor niggas. Tornadoes didn't go there. They said, oh shit, we ain't going over there. And it's dangerous neighborhood. Now they got a lot of white folks. They said, oh, we can sweep on through and get in there. Let's go on over here. So, you know, I'm living at now. They went through gentrification. Gentrification long gone over here. They got a few holdouts over here, but most of the black folks had to skedaddle, honey. In Grant Park, honey. But anyway, I don't understand how T.I. and his wife have got, and I really do hope, because I like T.I. I hope it's not true. I hope that these allegations are not true. I hope they're false. And I hope it goes away. I think he's a good guy. That's my thoughts on him. I don't know T.I. I don't know much about him either. I just like his music. I've always thought his music was very... I never saw him as being one of these... I never considered his music as being provocative. I always thought his music was fairly mainstream rap. In my opinion, I don't know about his lyrics and nothing like that. I would hear him. I thought T.I.'s music wasn't bad. I never saw him as this gangster street individual. I know that very well could be who he is. 'Cause I know he's from the streets of, he's from Donald E. Howell area, Grove Park neighborhood. But he's also purchased a couple of restaurants over there he's trying to reopen. I just hope this isn't true, because there was some positive things that he was doing. He had his TV show, he's married, I just don't know. It's just, I hope for his sake and his wife's sake that these allegations are not true. But what concerns me is you got 30 women who are coming forward with this. 30. Are these women lying? Are they making these allegations up? What would they have to gain from lying? What would they have to gain from, I'm just I got to look at both sides of the coin here and just say, is this true? I'm hoping it's not true. But something concerns me when you got 30 women coming forward. 30 women. with allegations in multiple states. Who are these women? We're going to find out soon. And I'm sure they're going to start the same campaign they waged against R. Kelly, against Bill Cosby, and other people accused of this. The victims start coming forward and telling their stories. And as they start telling their stories, the district attorneys will get involved and decide if they have the case to prosecute. So we just have to watch the news and see what happens over the next few weeks. You know, this could be disastrous for him and his wife. If these allegations are true, I hope that they are not true. You know, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But it ain't up to me because I'm not a prosecuting attorney and I'm not one of the so-called victims. I don't know T.I. and I'm just a fool over here on YouTube watching, hoping the tornado will come snatch me up. We got to run from the tornadoes at nighttime, the coronavirus in the daytime. When is the nigga safe in his home? When we safe? But yeah, I don't go to people's houses. And I've always had a rule. Ever since, meaning when I was in my early 20s, there was an incident where a friend of mine went to a house, he got drunk on his own, and multiple guys sexually assaulted him. I'll never forget this, because I couldn't have been no more than 19, 20 years of age. And they went to this boy went to this, a friend of mine went to this party, and he got drunk. And back then there was no date rape and drugs, but he was clearly drunk, and they took that boy upstairs in that house and closed the door, and one by one they ran in and out that room sexually assaulting him. And I heard about this from another friend of mine, and that boy was never the same after that. He never the same, and eventually not too long after, but some years later, he died from AIDS, and I believe he contracted AIDS when that sexual assault took place. That had to be like 1990, 91. It had to be 90s. Anyway, I remember when that happened. And at first I was real like, oh my goodness. But he was drunk. But then later on, I started hearing the stories about people drugging folks, putting stuff in their drinks. Now, you know, my mother I'm from Gary, Indiana. My mother had already warned us about people putting stuff in your drink. So whenever I went someplace, first I didn't even drink back then. So whenever I went to a club and I had a drink and I left that drink for 2 seconds by itself, I wouldn't touch it. I'd be like, oh no, I forgot about that damn drink. I look at that drink like, I go buy a new one. I go get another one. Well, you still got this one. I don't want that one. I'll go get another one. So I've always been very alert about my surroundings. I just was no fool. I didn't trust people. You know, so I'm grateful. Anyway, I feel sorry for anyone who's going through sexual assault, and I regret some conversations I had with victims who were sexually assaulted. Anyway, I did this video a few years back with a young man from Gary, Indiana, who told his stories of being sexually assaulted as a teenager, as a child and a teenager, by his mother's boyfriend, Holloway. Look up Walter Lee Hampton and Holloway. You'll see the videos we did. There were some that woke me up. This was some years ago, but it woke me up to realize, and it's very common that this happens frequently to men and women. Rape, sexual assault. It's a crime that happens in our communities. Black folks, we tend to sweep it under the rug and ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist, and I've been guilty of that too. When I know that people I personally know have been victimized by this and victims of these types of sexual assaults. So my heart goes out to any of the victims involved in this situation with T.I. I hope that it isn't true. We're just going to have to let the media, the court system, or whatever, if it gets that far, T.I. could be in a world of trouble. Sexual assault's a serious charge. He could be in a world of trouble, and I'm leaving it at that. But anyway, today it is March 1st, the year 2021. I hope I got it right at the beginning of this video. If I didn't, I know y'all gonna correct me. You said it's 2019, but goddamn it, we know it's 2021. I ain't got no time machine over here. Can't go back in time. It's 2021. So sometimes I might say the date wrong. Shit. I ain't been taking that Benadryl either the last few days. I said, fuck that shit. That Benadryl had me brain dead all day. I said, fuck that. I'm gonna use my neti pot, rinsing out my sinuses. That's all I can do. I don't want that Benadryl messing my ass up. I'm using the Benadryl for allergy relief and also to help sleep at night. Down the next day, I was literally walking around here a zombie. I can't do it no more. Nope. That's over with. I can't touch that Benadryl. Anyway, if you enjoy my videos, don't forget to click like and share them with family members and friends. And I'm out of here. I love to hear you all's thoughts and opinions about T.I.'s and his wife and their situation, what your thoughts are. Do you believe these allegations? It's true. What have you heard? Have you even heard about all this stuff? But yeah, today is Monday, March 1st, the year 2021. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day.